Each new day brings new challenges, but AARP only sees possibilities. We're tackling the concerns of our communities and supporting the kind of change that can benefit all of us. Take on today with AARP. Learn how at aarp.org/SD.
South Dakota teachers are next in line for the COVID-19 vaccine. This morning, what getting the shots will mean for keeping schools safe and students learning in the classroom. Plus, we're learning more details about the upcoming season for the Levitt at the Falls in downtown Sioux Falls. We'll explain just what is a ranky-tanky. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. The Summit League Basketball Championships begin today in Sioux Falls. Now, fans won't be able to watch the games in person because of league protocols, but Terry Schmidt with Experience Sioux Falls looks beyond the lost ticket sales.
It's not only about the economic side of having this tournament. This is really a quality of life thing. The fact that our community has the hospitality, the facilities, the organizational structure to be able to host the Summit League tournament. We've proven ourselves in the past. We're going to prove ourselves this year again. And in the future, this is going to come back and be better than ever.
The SDSU women play this morning, followed by the USD women in the afternoon. The SDSU and USD men's teams play their games tonight. KELOLAND Media Group will have complete coverage of the Summit League Championships on air, online, and on our KELOLAND News app. We'll have live reports, including highlights and reaction, live blogs during the SDSU and USD games, and we'll be live streaming the post-game press conferences for the local teams. When the Sioux Falls School District began building the new Ben Rifle Middle School on the city's east side, it eliminated one problem with crowded classrooms, but it created another. Some families who live west of Highway 11 became concerned because their kids don't get to ride the bus, so they'll have to walk across the busy stretch of highway to get to school.
Somebody could run the red light. We see it daily where cars try to beat the red light. They'll go through the yellow light. They race up and down because it's such a wide open area.
The parents took their concerns to the school district and came up with a plan that includes shuttling the kids to and from the school. The district says it's a temporary plan until the city has more time to study the traffic patterns in that area. South Dakota teachers are looking forward to rolling up their sleeves now that they have the option to get a COVID-19 vaccination. Baltic's middle and high school science teacher is scheduled to get his vaccination next week.
This is just one more step to that light at the end of the tunnel. Life will still take a while to get back, as it always does. And I'm just excited for just each and every day, each and every week, each and every month that continues on to get us back to that normalcy.
Baltic's superintendent says they haven't had any cases of COVID-19 for the past month and a half. Teachers and school employees should check with their district to see where they're eligible to get the vaccine. Let's get our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Root in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. We're off to a pretty good start to the day in eastern and western portions of KELOLAND, but in between, it's a little murky. We'll get to that in a moment. But how about the good news first? Sunshine over Sioux Falls as we take a look downtown. 29 with an easterly breeze at 6 miles per hour, but then we head to Miller, and that's when things get foggy in a hurry. 34 with an east wind at 5 miles per hour, and we are dealing with dense fog, especially between the Missouri and James River valleys and into northwestern South Dakota. We'll get to that in a little bit, but for now, we're off to a mild start to the day. Keep in mind our average low is closer to 20, not 30. But we have high temperatures right now in the upper 20s to mid-30s, with highs today expected to climb well above average for this time of year. We'll have a light breeze at first, but that is going to gradually pick up as we head through the afternoon, with a little bit of cloud cover trying to crash the party toward Eagle Butte and Mobridge when we can see that through the fog. But either way, we're going to stay very dry for the next several days, which is equal parts good and bad. We'll talk about the fire weather concern along with the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up. All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, we now know who's the opening act for this year's Levitt at the Falls free outdoor concert series in downtown Sioux Falls. The Grammy Award-winning band from South Carolina, Ranky Tanky, will open the season at the Levitt Shell on Friday, June 11th.
And what I love about them is they bring the party, and that's actually what the translation of Ranky Tanky means, bring the party. Their music is from the Gullah tradition of South Carolina, and they're really gonna bring a great time.
Executive Director Nancy Halverson says this year's Levitt lineup will include 12 Grammy-winning performers. They'll announce the full schedule of performances in late April. It's the final weekend of the season at Great Bear Ski Valley. Great Bear is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for skiing and snowboarding. The tubing hill is closed. Great Bear's season closes out Sunday with Snert Fest. Terry Peak, South Dakota's largest ski and snowboard resort, is entering the spring ski season with still plenty of snow on the slopes of the northern Black Hills. Terry Peak is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The 40th annual Sioux Falls Toy Show features antiques and collectibles, trains, dolls, games, and more on display and for sale at the Ramkota Exhibit Hall. Today's hours are from 9 to 4. Sunday's hours are 9 to 3. Admission is $5, free for kids 12 and under. Young musicians take center stage at the Washington Pavilion. The Harrisburg Band Booster Showcase is at 1 o'clock in the Mary W. Summergold Hall. The concert features 6th through 12th grade band students from the Harrisburg School District. The Sioux Empire Community Theater presents The Odd Couple female version. The performance is at 7 p.m. at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Sioux Falls. More than 80 exhibitors from throughout the Midwest are selling antiques, collectibles, and crafts at Benson's Flea Market from 9 to 5 in the Expo Center of the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. Admission is $2.50 and free for kids 12 and under. Adam?
Well, it'll be a good day to get outside if you have the chance to do so. But remember, in central and northwestern parts of South Dakota, we are dealing with some pretty dense fog this morning. Give yourself extra time to get to where you need to be safely. Beyond that, it is going to be bone dry through the day across KELOLAND and really the entirety of the northern plains for that matter. Even with a disturbance trying to make its way down to the south and east, it's a moisture-starved little system. And at most, we'll maybe see a little bit of cloud cover, but that's just about it. So we stay dry. We have dry vegetation. We have wind. That's all going to spell trouble in terms of fire weather concerns, with a red flag warning in effect from Tripp County to the south and east, eventually going as far north and west as Butte County and all points in between. This will be through the day today, as that fire weather concern is going to be in the very high range. Even outside of your red flag warning area, we are still dealing with an elevated fire weather risk. So be mindful with any outdoor heat sources and avoid any kind of outdoor burning for the foreseeable future, as it is going to stay breezy and dry for a little while longer. So here we go through FutureCast. Again, not much of anything happening beyond the occasional bit of cloud cover and the breeze, which will stick with us as we go into the start of next week. And the middle of next week is where we see a few changes. One, we'll get a small opportunity for some rain and snow showers. And two, all of this absurd warmth that we've had with highs in the 60s and 70s, that's going to be out of here. We're not going to cool down to an incredible extent like what we had in February, where we couldn't get above zero, but we're talking about taking a decent step backward into the 40s and 50s by the end of next week. Still above average for this time of year, make no mistake about it, but we're not going to be spoiled as much. But I think we're still doing pretty well for ourselves if 40s and 50s will be our highs by the end of the outlook. Today, though, 50s in northeastern KELOLAND and east of I-29. 60s and 70s, the latter more likely West River, so still not a bad day at all. Overnight lows tonight in the 30s and 40s with a few upper 20s not out of the question. Keep in mind our average low is in the upper teens to low 20s. So this is going to be a rather warm night. Your 7-day forecast features a lot of warmth through Tuesday, but then Wednesday's system comes in. Now, for areas that aren't southeastern KELOLAND, it'll be a rain-snow chance, but in southeastern South Dakota, headed into northwestern Iowa, this should be a mainly rain event with the chance for maybe even a rumble of thunder or two. In its wake, we're still above average, but again, we're talking about 40s to low 50s, not 60s and low 70s. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.